Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a Friday night of Tub Chub Games live at UDv2. Tonight we have Casters HD Philly B and Altena right here by my side. We have an exciting evening for you all as our varsity team and club Overwatch teams are getting together for a fun evening of competitive mini games for your enjoyment. This is a great team bonding activity for both squads as they're entering the mid-season. They're getting together to put on some entertainment for the viewers in the UD community. For our first game this evening, we have UDv2. The objective of the game is to use Doomfist's ability to knock your opponents off of the map. You can use the Seismic Slam to stun, uppercut to obviously knock up, and his punch to get people off of the map.
Yeah.
Nate 12, the victor.
Round 1 to Nate 12.
Mark, what would you like to see out of Nate 12 in this matchup?
I'd like to see him become Nate 13 out there. Level up. No, but that was a great first.
Hyper had a target on his back early, was targeted by a number of his teammates and colleagues. Can he make it up?
Milk with a nice elimination early, so Hyper out, Milk meanwhile getting kills out there, so.
Where's Nate 12? Because Nate 12, I was not checking the kill feed, so.
Ankle Toes holding his own.
Looks like, Born to Poop, taking a drink, getting flushed.
A drink, getting flushed. Love it. Twinkle Toes showing good footwork. And
into the top 4.
All right, so we have, is this the final game?
It is. So it looks like Tub Chub is advising all the players with no scores to jump off the edge. So only the remaining 4, the ones with points, are in. So folks, we are in for a wild match as our top competitors are going at it head to head.
Getting shamed as he goes to the corner there.
The next game we will have is very similar to this. It's called the Bridget Boop game. So very similar in terms of the objective. So you want to be the last person standing as in the ring as you use Bridget's whip shot to knock your opponents off. Of course, she has her shield, so she can kind of block those whip shots. But you'll get one of those before the shield has to recharge. So you got to use it wisely.
Yeah, that shield though. Only blocks you one shot, so you have to be careful. Use that sparingly.
I'm actually curious, Mark. Do you think people will use her shield bash as a like a maneuverable ability, right? To like kind of dodge whip shots and try to escape, or do you think that they'll use it strictly for defense?
Well, I think movement is key, so I expect to see shield bashes to relocate yourself, especially while it's up. I don't know how long those shields will be up for, because those chain whips they have a 2-second cooldown in this, so chains are going to be flying all over the place, and I don't think those shields are going to last very long. So I think you shield bash when you have it. Otherwise, you're just hopping around.
Do you think the support players will have an advantage in this one? That's kind of why they put 2 similar games, one for more DPS, one for more support? Or do you think it'll be still kind of a free-for-all?
I think it's going to be DPS. I think the mechanical skill is going to carry the day. Sorry, support guys. I don't respect you.
I mean, if you think back to... We're getting very close to the end, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that we are going to 20 points in this game mode. The Bridget Boop. Blue 17, he has 1 kill away. Can he find it? I'm looking in the kill feed and see Hyper. I see Steph. I see Twinkle Toes. Can I see Blue?
Oh, he just used this.
He does. He gets it on Turtle Captain. And Born to Poop. Welcome back, folks, to another wild evening of Tub Chub Games. Here with you tonight is HD Philly B, and next to me is my buddy Altena. We'll be here casting all these crazy and wild happenings over here in the competitions between the varsity and the club Overwatch teams here at the University of Delaware. The next game we have for you is called Rhinecart.
Yeah, I'd say calm down. You'd think the mayhem would be behind us, but that is not the case at all. So strap in, strap down.
Put on your seatbelts because this is going to be a wild one, folks. The objective of this game, every character is going to be Reinhardt with a speed boost, power-up, bonus armor, and fire strikes that are like projectiles. In the middle of our next game now called Sleep and Eat. When Tub Chub was explaining this, I thought he said Sleep and Eat. It was fun, one of my favorite pastimes, so I was really excited about this one. Then I saw Honest throwing each other off the map, and I was totally caught off guard. The objective of this game, folks, is the first Anna to get 20 eliminations is the victor. The objective of the game is to sleep your opponents and then toss them off the map.
Yeah, simple enough. We're going over there.
So we noticed that Nate 12 has his ultimate, so the folks out there watching the Nano allows you to wake up if you are slept, then gives you a speed boost and reduced sleep cooldown if you get slept again. So pretty key ultimate when your life is on the line.
Yeah, it's like an IV of monster energy out there. You wake up and you're angry. I think things are going to get a little more traditional after that, no?
I think we have a few more left of these wacky inflatable mini games before we get into some more team-based objective Overwatch that we're all used to, with some twists, obviously, as we're having fun out here tonight, folks.
For sure.
So the next game we have is called 12 Hogs, 1 Hole. As you may have guessed, we will be on Ilios Well. Everyone will be playing Roadhog, and the objective of the game will be to hook your opponents into the well, and that will net you a point. The first to reach 40 points will be the victor. Mark, what's the saying? The day the pigs will fly?
Sure. There's a little nuance there, though, HG Philly B. When you're kind of being stunned over the hole, someone else can snag you, grab you with their chain hook, and then they get a combo. So instead of getting 1 point for a hole drop, you actually can link it up and get more.
Aha. And so the Roadhogs that have a golden ore around them are the ones that have a higher combination, so they're going to be prime targets to get chained and blast into the hole. Hyper
getting into Burnout with the D.
Yeah, so it looks like we have Genji Dodgeball on deck as our next game. So there's a lot of nuance to this game, as Tub was explaining to us. But we'll go with the win condition first. So first to win 3 rounds wins the game. So you'll want to be the last Genji standing. There will be a red ball, sort of like a snitch, flying around. Or what are the bludgeoners? The bludgeon balls? And you want to deflect them with your reflecting ability into your opponents.
A lot of Genji.
Hiding behind someone would be a valid strategy.
I don't know. Is this like Squid Games? I'm not sure.
I still haven't seen that. It's on my list, which doesn't exist.
Yeah. HG Philly B, not the most media savvy. Nope. He's talking like Hogwarts references from 2010 out here. Oh, tries to dodge in, trying to get
stage, letting out a yell saying, "Stop targeting me," as he was eliminated first as the rest of his competitors gun for him. They want to keep playing this game.
I respect it. It's gamesmanship. They're out here to win. To the Super Mario series, is that right?
Mm-hmm. So WarioWare was sort of like a knockoff of Mario Party, I think, where there's just like a bunch of different mini games and you play Wario with some weird friends. And that's what we're going to be doing here.
Every time I play Super Mario, it's or Mario Party, it's with weird friends.
That's true, and I am one of them, so I'll count myself in that. So the objective of the game is to be the person with the most points at the end of 5 minutes. So what will happen, folks, is there will be mini games that will show up on the board, and the players will have to quickly react to the RNG that provides the mini game, do the objective, survive the round, and try to score points. So this will be the most wacky of them all, I believe, as this players are going to be jumping around trying to figure out all these different objectives and mini games.
We're going to see who can think fastest on their feet, I think. I mean, advantage Tub Chub, he showed a good job of, adapting to this Genji dodgeball.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the edge might go to Tub on this one, just based on his display out there in the last one.
He did say this was the one he was most looking forward to, so.
Eager beaver. let's see if he can back it up. Yep, a little technical difficulty as we load up the game here.
So, Mark, you mentioned about quick decision-making. How important do you think that is for these players and esports players in general in terms of quick decision-making?
It's very important, but what's more important is making the right decision. Mm-hmm. Making a quick decision that's wrong doesn't really help your team out too much. You see Reinhardt charge into the enemy team, and you're like, he may have made that quickly. It may have made it incorrectly as that Reinhardt gets torn to shreds. So, when it comes to the competitive games, quick decisions are definitely, especially like ult usage, I think comes into play there, to especially support ults, right? Because you have to have very quick reflexes to to try and save your team from some enemy DPS ults and whatnot. So definitely quick decisions are a big factor there, but definitely making the right decision, I would say, is the key to victory, generally speaking.
Absolutely. Definitely agree. The Reinhardt example there is definitely how many times I'm just like, and I'm hitting the charge.
Speaking from experience here. That's me, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen. It hurts so bad.
Once again, folks, if you're just tuning in, you are in for a whirlwind of entertainment as we are hosting the Tub Chub Games live at UD Esports Arena. We have the UD varsity team and the UD club team for Overwatch playing against each other in a myriad of different games. We are joined now into Legally Not WarioWare, which is the players doing random objectives, trying to stay alive and score points. While we're waiting for that, Mark, Kings Row is one of your favorite maps.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love the way it's designed. I love the initial choke. Couple ways to get around it, so you're not like hard committed into just essentially one attack plan. I like a lot of fun rotating through the hotel, and from there it only gets better. I think point B is a little hard to defend on, but that last point in the foundry, that's a great spot to defend.
Those are some of the most epic battles I've ever seen go down on that third point.
Absolutely.
Completely
the defensive spawns definitely come into play, but yeah, this is a great map. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Absolutely, folks, and just as a reminder, this is original Overwatch from 2016, so all the balances, OP Roadhog, Beyblade, Quad Tank, all that good stuff, so no roll locks or anything here. So the players are going to be switching on the fly, trying to find the most optimal strategy. Looks like we're going for triple tank on the side of the attack.
Yeah, it looks like attacks
per second was taken out, and that allowed them to advance more quickly. That was that team fight we just saw, folks, was just an easy cleanup as the green team was moving through. We saw a quadruple kill from Nate 12, releasing the Dragon Blade and just annihilating Red Squad. So they're going to have to reset here.
Oh, surprise attack.
Flank from Blue 17. He lays out the grab, takes one down, but the Transcendence comes in from Burnout, keeping the rest of his team alive. 91 charge on Blue.
Yeah, lightsabers on full display.
Reminder at the folks at home, this is we are playing a custom match where the balances are from Overwatch 2016. So any, ammo, health, ability damage, everything is from when the game first was released in 2016. We have red team taking an advanced position to hold the choke, not letting green take any space. Moving, an expert shatter comes in from Milk, or Riceviz rather, and he takes his life for it though.
Yeah. Some smack talk coming from the peanut gallery here.
Yeah, the players are on the stage here at the UD Esports Arena, talking to us in the producer's booth, letting us know what the next game is on Tub Chub Games. Excellent. Live here at UD.
Looks like we're in store for a good one.
Yes.
We're going to be doing some tiny Overwatch.
Ooh. So Tub Chub explained this to us before the event tonight, and so basically how this one will work, folks, is every character model will be shrunken down to tiny, cute, PG size. However, the more damage that they do, the bigger they get. And we will be playing control map here. And so he told us that they could get as big as the map itself, like the control circle, and take up most of the space.
So I'm curious if what happens with character swapping.
Oh, if they swap a character, does their model go back to tiny status? It just might.
Yeah, and also, does it reset on death? A lot of questions. A lot of questions to still be answered here.
And we will find those answers, folks. So we are in the middle of picking teams that the players are going to reset. Hopefully the Nates are on the same team, or maybe separate teams this time. We'll never know.
Let's see who gets the big piece of chicken at the Nate house. Yeah, I think
a lot of the games with the Genji deflects and the whip shots from Bridget, really highlighting those player skills.
Yeah, hit scan and technical skills are going to be on full display here with the tiny character models. Small, aim small, miss small.
That's true. I feel like as we spectate a lot of the players in first-person view, a lot of them will be facing towards the ground. Or will they be facing at each other because they'll both be small?
They'll both be small. I mean, prospectively, they're both you don't aim down. You're not like a giant.
Unless they get giant, and then they have to aim down.
Sure.
And then the little guys have to aim up. Well, we'll see. We'll find
HD
out.
Philly V, everybody. In-depth analysis.
100. That's hot takes only. Hot takes only. All right, folks. It looks like the teams are set, and Lijiang Tower will be the control map we are heading to for our tiny Overwatch game.
Is going to be affected? Just tiny legs.
I was thinking more about like what characters might be picked. I feel like Lucio will definitely be one that's picked because you're tiny, you're shifty, you're gonna be hard to hit, and your healing output is still the same.
Yeah, but hopefully your radius is still the same. One would
tiny, then
assume.
he's have
Right?
tiny radius.
We would assume it's the big radius, normal size radius.
Oh,
but hard to say going in.
lots of questions to be answered out here, folks.
Yeah,
Only
I'm
time
looking
will
forward
tell.
to the growth. I'm looking forward to seeing like a Reinhardt starting out with a baby shield and then literally just blocking every projectile ever shot.
That's true. So do you think the investment for the shield tanks will be there, right? Because you have to grow your character to get their shield to actually produce anything significant.
I think the shields also scale up with size,
Right.
so they'll be able to block more. So I think you do. I think you invest in those shield characters, and I think it's going to be difficult to keep your DPS alive if they're the ones doing all the damage and doing all the growing. I think you have to put some kind of shield out there and try and get in front of it.
That's true. It would be a story of David and Goliath as tiny characters fighting large characters to control the point.
Right now, it's just going to be David v. David. One David, two Davids enter. One David leaves. Well, I guess they leave as Goliath, right?
All right, we're getting the character locks in. And so once again, folks, we will be in the current patch of Overwatch. So all of the characters you know and love, like Wrecking Ball, my favorite, Orisa and Bridget, Doomfist, and the like, will all be available for our players to choose.
All right, so height to split time like that.
Yeah, it looks it.
Oh, and the finish from TubChub. Well
Really
done.
been impressing me out here, Mark. Every time we have the POV on him, he's been getting the kill. He's being aggressive, but he's also doing the team and coordinating the backline. So really like what he's putting out.
Yeah, you love your support play.
I do. I will highlight them any chance that I get.
Get him back into your form.
That was an expert play by Moonlock, using his side to protect the backlines that were smaller in stature. They couldn't physically beat around him to get to Diana. He uses his ult, knocks him off the point, and they're able to maintain it. But now,
The already massive monkey growing for his ultimate is just amazing.
we have King Kong. If he can jump up on the middle pole here, I'm sure he would, especially to swag on him. An easy victory coming out from Red Team.
GG's.
GG's indeed.
Who stood out to you in that game?
Ooh, I think Hyper stood out to me the most. Just the depth of his hero pool in terms of how skilled he was in all the characters. We saw him 1v1 that far. We saw him on a couple of other heroes as well. The Sigma he was playing for a little bit, was 1v1-ing a ball of all things. Was definitely doing a really good job there. How about yourself?
I'd say it'd have to be Milk. I mean, when things were at its most dire, trying to defend Castle at that last point, things turned around when Milk pulled the Sigma. He was constantly in the kill feed. He was throwing out good rocks, good stuns. Shields were on point, and the sustain too. I mean, he stayed alive when there weren't that many healers for green. You know, just pure DPSing it as a tank.
Really utilizing the switch between the kinetic grasp to get shields for yourself, and using the shield barrier to block some of the incoming damage. Really cycling those abilities to perfection to keep himself alive for his team.
Yeah, let's see if we can carry that into our next game here.
Yeah, so the next game we are playing, and I think the final game of our evening here at TubChub Games live at the UD Esports Arena is Dodgeball. And then this game will be 2 teams of 6, and they will each be playing Sigma. Accretions have a quicker trajectory in this game, and it'll be 2 teams going head-to-head in a first to 5 rounds to win the Dodgeball map. The players will throw rocks at opponents and try to block them with the shields or dodge the rocks by being shifty. There is no catching, so you cannot use your accretion or your kinetic grasp rather to catch the rocks. And yeah, so the first team to win the round. Finally, for us, we have the UD Overwatch team still in their season, mid-season. They are 3-3, currently 3rd in the Eastern Conference. Their next match is Thursday, November 18th. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time against Siena College. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I think.
Each team voting for their own player's card, showing real good
Yeah,
sportsmanship.
voting across party lines there.
It looks like Tub Chub is called out for a best of 3 here, folks. So we'll be going into another round of dodgeball.
Yeah, got to roll with the punches here. Those games were going very quickly, and I don't think Red Team took that defeat too kindly.
I don't think so. I hope that they learn something from this defeat, and they'll be able to implement it in this next round.
What would you say is the key to victory here?
Well, you were mentioning in the previous round is the shield usage. I think they come out right off the bat and just make like a line of shields, and then they run into each other and get double killed right off the You can't be doing that. So something that the green team does effectively is they move up and approach and get closer to the line and get a quicker shot off.
I was noticing from
The Tide, when he was launched up from the gravitic flux, used that advantage position, the bird's eye view, to get some accretion kills, raining down the rocks from above.
Yeah, that gravitic flux.
Wire green is on match point. They just need 5 points to win, but red is not going lying
Wow,
down.
early connections from green.
Ouch.
That's a 3-2 trade there. Advantage heavily in green's favor, and that's the game.
As quickly as I called it, folks, it ends with that. Green team wins with a score of 5-3.
I think we're all winners here.
You're absolutely right, Mark. It's been a fun 2.5 hours of silly Overwatch here to promote our UD Esports Arena, as well as our Overwatch varsity team and club team as they're out here showcasing some of their skills for everyone here tonight.
It seems we have a consensus.
Once again, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We'll be ending the stream in just a few. We appreciate you all coming out here and supporting the team. Remember, their next match is Thursday, November 18th against Siena College at 7:30 Eastern Time. Thank you and have a good evening.